Welcome to habit number 5, the habit of accepting life and all that it entails. This is the habit that has served me the most in terms of achieving peace. Being of a type A personality, I was in a constant tug of war with life. She pulled me one direction and I resisted with all my might. Who won, you may be wondering? She did. Life is relentless. There is no point fighting her. In the moment you stop deluding yourself that you can conform and shape her to your liking, that's the moment that you will stop causing yourself a lot of unnecessary pain. Accept with grace what life presents to you. Don't waste your precious time fighting, swimming against the stream. Most of our suffering comes from our insistence on wanting to conform life to our own likings. The shoulds and the coulds have no room in life because life just is. Accept what life brings to you with resilience. You may not like it. You may have hoped for something different, but guess what? It's time to make lemonade out of lemons, as the saying goes. Yes, it is a good habit to strive for so that you can bloom wherever you are planted. And the more you practice acceptance over life, the more joy you will experience. Now, this doesn't mean that you stop striving for things. No, it simply means that you are surrendering the illusion of control and you stay open to seeing other opportunities that life brings your way that are often overlooked or missed because you are so stubborn, focused on something that you want that may not even be for your highest and greatest good. I have a story about that for you. When I was in my teens, I was obsessed with becoming a criminal lawyer. I wanted to be like Matlock and Perry Mason. And I'm dating myself here, but yes, that was my dream. And I did everything humanly possible to get into law school, and I couldn't. When I didn't get into law school right after my university, my BA, I went back to do a master's in criminal justice to increase my chances at law school. And even with that, I couldn't get in because my LSAT, which is the admissions test, was low. Being an immigrant and English not being my first language played a big role. I was devastated. I thought of myself stupid and a loser for not being able to accomplish the one dream that I had since I was a young girl. And to me, it was a simple equation. Stupid people don't get into law school, therefore I must be stupid, which is crazy because now I know that's not always the case. But here's the thing. I caused myself a lot of pain because I didn't accept that there could be another destiny for me other than going into law school and becoming a lawyer. And so I created so much suffering. And to make a long story short, I walked through life with a chip on my shoulder, always thinking that life was against me. Little did I know that I didn't get into law school because life had a greater plan for me. You see, I was dreaming too small, and life had a greater purpose for me. A year later, I co-founded my e-learning company, Embanet, and I went to have a much greater impact in the world than I could have ever as a lawyer. My little company went to touch the lives of over 1 million learners worldwide by making education available to them from anywhere at any time at their fingertips. So here's my point. Stay open. See other opportunities that life so graciously presents to you. American author and presidential advisor to Kennedy, Rick Goodwin, said something that really resonated with me. And he said that most people resist change because they are focused on what they have to give up. instead on what they have to gain. And yes, that was me. I didn't accept and I resisted giving up my dream, that it never occurred to me that I could just dream another dream. Here are a few things that you can try on your path to developing this habit of accepting life and all that it brings. Have zero expectation. The idea of how things should be exists only in our heads. If you can open yourself up to the belief that life is for you and not against you, then you will have an easier time navigating through challenges. Quit complaining, quit feeling the victim, quit being so inflexible and rigid. For example, if you are bitter or hurt because you lost your job, or maybe because of your romantic relationship ended, it is only because you put in your mind something that was different. In reality, the expectation that we have about things lasting forever has no foundation, because in life, nothing is forever. Life is in constant motion and change. My younger daughter has been having a hard time at school with friends. She often comes home disappointed to the point of losing some of those connections. Her main grievance is that these friends don't invest or put as much effort in her relationship as she does towards them. Anytime we have an expectation on how things should be or need to be, we suffer. Okay? If you don't want to hurt, have zero expectation of people. Assume that people are good, but have no expectation on a desired behavior, because you are going to be forever disappointed. You have to accept that the way you treat people, the way you do things is not going to be the same way that people are going to behave towards you, because they are different. Drop the resistance. Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung coined the term, "what you resist persists." Okay? The more you resist from life, the more you're going to bring it onto you. I don't know if you realize, but whenever you are in resistance, you give a lot of energy to that thing that you don't want. And in doing so, instead of repelling it, you activate the law of attraction, and now you are attracting more of the very thing that you don't want. So your assignment for this week is to cut yourself every time you are in resistance. We create our own suffering when we resist the natural progression and evolution of things. So here's a simple rule. If you can't control it, let it go. For example, one of the things that we humans resist the most is the end of relationships. Accepting that relationships serve a purpose and that they are here for whatever length they serve that purpose is a more resilient way of dealing with the hurt that comes in the event that it ends. Now, this doesn't mean that you become a fatalist, but it's about not resisting that which you cannot control. And the more you allow your emotions to be felt without fear, without resistance, the quicker they will pass you through. It is about achieving buoyancy in your emotions and beliefs. So stay open and swim with the stream. Stay in the flow of life, accepting everything that life brings our way is staying in the flow. And one way to accomplish this is by staying present. Don't have your mind start making predictions and projections about the future and all the what ifs, because that only leads to anxiety. Instead, stay in the moment and deal with what is in front of you, and know that whatever is happening is happening as it should for a higher purpose. But also accept that you may not understand what the purpose is yet, or you may never understand it for the matter, and that's okay. Okay, set goals, but let go of the attachment. Let go of the timeline or the outcome to things. And if you can do that, you will have learned true resilience, and you will experience more peace and joy in your life. Because staying in the flow acts as a protective barrier against stress. So the winds of life will shake you, but they won't move you. In all your disappointments and challenges, say, I accept with grace that things are not going my way. I accept that things didn't turn out the way I wanted them, but I trust that life, God, universe, whatever it is that you call the higher guidance, has a better plan for my life. Drop the victim mentality. Accept what life brings to you and take responsibility for the life you have created. Don't become the victim, because you are not. Every one of us often don't get our way, and that's okay. I believe that life gives us those moments not to punish us, but to keep us humble. And a great way to stop the victim mentality is by turning to gratitude, because gratitude turns your focus from what you're missing, lacking, or being denied, and it will shift it to acknowledging what you already have. So instead of feeling victimized by something that has happened, think that this is happening for you, because maybe, like me, life has a greater plan for you, and giving you what you think you want could just limit what's in store for you. I know that what I'm asking you to do is difficult. It's not an easy task, because I struggle with it in my own life. But remember, if it was easy, everyone will be doing it. And that is where the work is. The next time you are confronted with something that you don't like, instead of resisting it with grief, embrace the lesson. You always have a choice in everything that happens. Are you going to continue to tug of war with life? Or are you going to accept and be at peace with whatever it is the life is presenting you with? I believe that we are never giving more than we can handle. And I also believe that we were endowed with this inner power, strength, and wisdom to deal with challenges with resilience and grace and gratitude. Be the captain of your own ship. A captain that truly understands and accepts that you cannot control the storm, but you can adjust the sails in the direction of the wind that life blows. I will see you on the next episode with habit number 6, the habit of competing with yourself.